My dear students, today I am going to discuss about series resonance. The concept of series resonance is very important concept in AC series circuits. First of all, I will draw the series RLC circuit. RLC series circuit consisting of a resistance, inductance and capacitance, and an RMS voltage of V volts is applied across the circuit. Now this is I and I is written. We know that the voltage drop across the resistance is VR and voltage drop across the inductance is VL and voltage drop across the capacitance is VC. The value of VR is product of current and resistance. The value of VL is product of current and its ohmic value XL. That is, XL is the ohmic value of inductance having L henries. Similarly, the voltage drop across capacitance having C farads is given by IXC, where XC is the ohmic value of capacitance. Before explaining the concept, I will draw the phasor diagram of this RLC circuit. In a series circuit, we will take the current as reference. I is taken as reference. If you start at this resistance part, we know that the voltage drop across resistance and current, the phase relation between VR and I is the voltage drop across resistance is always in phase with the current. That is, VR and I are in phase. Similarly, the voltage drop across inductance leads the current by 90 degrees. Rather, the current lagging the voltage across inductance by 90 degrees. Similarly, the voltage drop across capacitance lags the current by 90 degrees. Rather, the current in pure capacitance is leading by 90 degrees. Either way we can say. But the concept of series resonance can be explained by the main condition for series resonance is net reactance is 0. Net reactance. What is net reactance? In series RLC circuit, the net reactance is the difference of inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. This value should be 0. So it will happen only when inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance. If XL is XC, this implies the voltage drop across inductance is same as the voltage drop across capacitance. Therefore, in this phasor diagram, we can show that the value of VL is equal to the value of VC. Therefore, what is the total voltage? The total voltage will be VR itself. Okay. So from this phasor diagram, it is clear that if we obtain the resonance condition, first of all, the condition for resonance itself is net reactance is 0. Once we obtain this condition, then that is under resonance condition. Resonance. Okay, the net reactance value is 0. Once the net reactance value is 0, we know that in AC series circuits, the value of impedance is the vector sum of R and reactance. So this part becomes 0, then the impedance offered by this circuit is having only R value. That is, it is offering minimum impedance. So the next point is the current drawn by the circuit in normal AC circuit is V by Z, but because of resonance condition, the value of impedance is R itself. Therefore, if the impedance offered by the circuit is minimum, the current is maximum. And from this phasor diagram, it is clear that the phase angle between voltage and current is 0 because VR and I are in phase. And the power factor of this circuit, because of phase angle is 0, the power factor is unity. And if you observe that the voltage drop across inductance and capacitance, that is VL and VC, having maximum values because of maximum current is flowing through the circuit. Maximum current flowing through circuit. That's why the series resonance circuit is said to be voltage magnification circuit. Voltage magnification circuit. The reason is, whatever the voltage we applied, if you measure the voltage across inductance and capacitance, it will be so many times more than the applied voltage. The reason is, under resonance condition, because this circuit is offering very less impedance to the flow of current, therefore the current is maximum. Hence, the voltage drop across inductance and capacitance are having maximum values. That's why this circuit is said to be voltage magnification circuit. And also, the series resonance circuit is also called acceptor circuit. Acceptor circuit. Why it is called acceptor circuit? Because it offers very minimum impedance. That means out of two values of impedance, it is only having the resistance value, because the net reactance of the circuit becomes 0. Hence, it offers very less impedance. That's why it will always try to accept the current. That's why its circuit is said to be acceptor circuit. And another point regarding this series resonance circuit is, we can find out the factor of how many times the voltage across inductance or capacitance is more than the applied voltage, and that factor is said to be Q factor. Q factor can be determined by taking the ratio of voltage across inductance or voltage across capacitance to the applied voltage. So if you find out that factor indicates how many times exactly the voltage across inductance or capacitance will be more than the given voltage. So this particular series resonance circuit is having salient points like this. So these are the various points. And also we can find out the Q factor. What exactly the Q factor? Q factor is given by voltage across inductance or voltage across capacitance by total voltage. We know that VL is given by IXL and V under resonance condition is given by IR, because of the impedance is only resistance value. If you take the ratio, what is the Q factor? IXL by IR, it gives XL by R. Similarly, we can also find out the Q factor by using the VC value. VC equal to IXC and V equal to IR. What is Q factor? VC by V, that is IXC by IR. So it gives XC by R. Therefore, the Q factor can be given by either XL by R or XC by R. So in the last discussion, what we are stating that the condition for series resonance is net reactance is 0. Okay, we are stating that if XL is equal to XC, then the circuit is under resonance condition. But how this will happen, that can be explained by simple thing. We know that the inductive reactance is given by the formula 2 pi FL. That means XL depends on frequency and L values. Similarly, XC value is 1 by 2 pi FC. That means XC depends on frequency and capacitance value. So out of 4 parameters, that is frequency, L, again frequency and capacitance, in order to obtain the resonance condition, how we can obtain? In order to obtain the resonance condition, either by varying one parameter out of these three, that is frequency, inductance or capacitance. But in general, whenever we want to obtain the resonance condition, it can be obtained by variable frequency by keeping L and C values fixed. Is it clear? Suppose assume that we have obtained the resonance condition at a particular frequency. That means XL matches with the value of XC. This implies, what is the value of XL? 2 pi FL. This is at a particular frequency, and that particular frequency we can state it as FR, where FR or F0 is denoted by a resonance frequency. How to obtain the resonance frequency value? So by taking this one, we can get, so 2 square pi square FR square LC equal to 1. Now to find out the value of FR, so we will bring these values on the other side, 1 by 2 square pi square LC. Therefore, the resonance frequency is given by taking the square root of this value. We will get the equation like this. So what this equation specifies, the resonance frequency, this is the frequency at which the value of XL matches with XC, that is net reactance becomes 0. XL matches with XC is nothing but X, that is net reactance becomes 0. So in the first statement, what we have made, the condition for resonance, series resonance is nothing but net reactance is 0. Once the net reactance is 0, all these things will happen. But in the next phase, what I explained, this is the case, this is the situation where we can obtain the resonance condition. That means in order to match the value of XL with XC, there are 3 parameters mainly. Frequency is common for both and L and C. By keeping L and C values fixed and by varying the frequency, we can obtain this condition. This is the frequency at which the value of XL and XC equals or net reactance is 0. Otherwise, by keeping the frequency and capacitance value fixed, L can be variable. By choosing a different values of L, at a particular value of L, we can obtain the resonance condition also. Similarly, by keeping F and L values fixed, by choosing different values of C, at a particular value of C, we can obtain the resonance condition. This is very important concept. Once again, just I will briefly revise the concept. What is series resonance? Series resonance is nothing but a particular condition where the series circuit is under resonance. When it will happen? The condition for series resonance is the net reactance becomes 0. What is net reactance? The difference of XL XC. What is XL? The ohmic value of L. What is XC? The ohmic value of C. So once the net reactance becomes 0, then that circuit is under resonance condition. Then the impedance value is R alone because of 0 reactance. Therefore, this particular circuit under resonance condition offers minimum resistance. When the circuit offers minimum resistance, the current drawn by the circuit is maximum. As per the phasor diagram, it clearly shows that by taking the current on x-axis, the voltage drop across resistance is in phase with current, voltage drop across inductance is 90 degrees with current, voltage drop across capacitance is 90 degrees lagging with reference to this current. Therefore, under resonance condition, the value of VL matches with VC. Therefore, the voltage, total voltage applied will be applied across VR. But it doesn't mean that there is no voltage across inductance and capacitance. Definitely, the voltage across inductance and capacitance will be so many times more than the applied voltage. But only thing, these two are equal and opposite. But so many students, they will be in confusion that once the voltage applied to the circuit will be applied across the resistance as shown in the phasor diagram, but it doesn't mean that there is no voltage across inductance or capacitance. Definitely, it will be so many times greater than the voltage. How many times exactly it is greater than the applied voltage can be given by Q factor. That also I have shown here. And also by substituting the value of resonance frequency in this formula, that is Q factor, then you will get the value. By taking the XL value here, we will get the Q factor as 1 by R square root L by C. That you can check it afterwards. Okay. So the value of Q factor is given by 1 by R square root LC. So this is very important concept. In the next video, I will further explain the series resonance by using graphical analysis also. Thank you.